There are certain players and managers we need to talk about. Firstly, for Morocco, it's a really well-spirited performance. I think credit to Mohamed Ouabi, who's doing a really stellar job at a new role with not much preparation heading into the World Cup. But I thought Hakimi was fantabulous at the back. Despite Vinicius scoring, he restricted Vinny for large majority of the game. I thought Chadi Riyad was really top as well. So was El Yanoubi. But the standout player for me for Morocco was Bouadi. The 18-year-old midfielder is attracting interest from Europe's top clubs, and you can tell why. You just had to watch this game. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. He was dominating that Brazilian midfield, which is full of quality and experience, and not an easy feat to achieve at any age, given any experience of a professional, let alone an 18-year-old. But Bouadi really held his own and held that midfield up for Morocco and allowed Morocco to really dominate that midfield battle. I thought Morocco got the better of it as compared to Brazil. But for Carlo Ancelotti's men, there are a lot of troubles, a lot of worries. First things first, I don't think Roger Ibanez can start a right back. He's not a right back. And of course, as we mentioned, Wesley's injury was a really unfortunate one for the Selecao, and now they're in a real spot of bother because you have Danilo, who's the other option. I still think he's much better than Ibanez, so I think you just have to start with him. But heading into the midfield as well, there's huge problems. Casemiro and Lucas Paqueta, I thought both were very ordinary. So was Bruno Guimaraes in this game, though. I feel like he just doesn't have enough support in midfield. I thought Casemiro and Paqueta especially were super loose in possession, out of possession. The pair of them were really tame and they really failed to have a presence. They failed to engage in many duels and come out on top. And like I mentioned earlier, Nubi and Buadi were really able to dominate and get the better of that Brazilian midfield, which is concerning. And I think Carlo Ancelotti only has himself to blame because when I look at the options that Brazil have in midfield, they don't have a luxury of options, which is very unfortunate. I think the best they can do is get Danilo in. You can't really bring in Fabinho given his age. So I think unfortunately Ancelotti, really handicapped and restricted himself. For me, there's no reason why Andre and João Gomez from Wolves, the pair of them, I have no clue why they aren't travelling. It really begs the question if they weren't chosen just because of the clubs they played for, because I have no doubt had they been playing for mid-table Premier League clubs, they would be in that squad. They deserve to be in that squad, and Brazil need that. They lack steel, they lack intensity, they lack pace and power in that midfield. I feel like there's far too much responsibility on Bruno Guimaraes. He can't do it all. As exceptional a midfielder as he is, one man on his own, he cannot win midfield, especially against the better and stronger, more competent sides like Morocco. And I thought today really exposed them in that manner. Even up front, I thought Igor Thiago really looked out of his depth. And again, begs the question, firstly, that why João Pedro wasn't included in the squad. A very, very bizarre selection where Ancelotti doesn't help himself. And for me, for the options that Brazil possess, Endrick is by far and away their most potent option. So I would like to see him start the next game, the line, because I think he's their best bet moving forwards. Brazil fans and Morocco fans, let me know in the comments below what you made of this encounter. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and follow for more football and World Cup related content coming your way.